By the way, guys, this is definitely gonna be a full-on spoiler cast on Oxenfree, and I definitely recommend that you don't watch it or listen to this. I definitely recommend that you play the game before you.
Yeah, and it's gonna run longer than normal, which is like an accident, but it happened.
Yeah.
There's a lot to say about this game.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to bear with us in a way, but I feel like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting podcast, and I think you guys will enjoy it if you guys actually play it. So either play it throughout, or at least through the first run or whatever, and just come back and listen because you're gonna lose a lot of game features, I guess. It's really important to do that.
Also, in this podcast, in the beginning, you can still listen to the beginning of it. We're still going to talk about the game, spoiler free in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a part where it changes, obviously. And we
might want to tune out at that point.
We'll let you know, probably. I think we did.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. But yeah, continue on. Welcome to the Binch Bros podcast yet again. And for those who are first-time listeners, welcome. This is a podcast in which me, Kyo, and Sejun.
Hi.
Sorry, I know that was a weird time to say hello.
I love how awkward every opening to this podcast has been and will remain to be. Probably.
Yeah, that's the other bit of our podcast too. It's kind of like an awkward, not even an intentional. It's almost it's on accident. It's not really on purpose, really, right? I don't even know anymore at this point. Anyways, we're a podcast that pretty much just sometimes we talk about video games, sometimes we don't. We're just a podcast that really just kind of just two blokes, two mates, two friends.
We talk about video games. Not necessarily video games, but we talk about video games as in we spent an hour and some change last week talking about first person versus third person perspective. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that's related to video games.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I just think that this I don't know. I think as much as I like to say that we focus mainly on video games or specific ones or whatever, we set a suggestion for the week, which we didn't yet last week, but whatever. I think it's just we just talk about things that we thought of for the week or whatever,
right?
Whether it be video games or not. Mm-hmm. Which is I think that is kind of more fun because last week I think I had a bit more fun talking about pretty much video game perspective, and then random stuff that wasn't even video game related as well. That was actually pretty fun.
What did we talk about that wasn't video game related? I don't remember.
It was the first section where we were just pretty much talking about the Vulcan Death Grip or Vulcan.
Oh my gosh! Right. Okay.
I mean that's obviously not the highlight of it, but I can't remember the other bits. But we definitely talked about something not video game related, which
there's Star Trek games.
There is Star Trek games. I remember I tried playing one a long time ago, but
hey, if you like shooters, you should play the Elite Force video games from Raven. They're really good.
Elite Force.
Yeah, they take place in the Star Trek Voyager story, I guess. It ran on the Quake 3 engine, the first one did. Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot. It was good. It was a good shooter.
Nice. Yeah, I might. I mean, I only played it for a little bit because I played it.
You played it?
Not Elite Force. Sorry, the Star Force. It's your Star Force. Star Trek. Sorry, freaking mix them both together. The Star Trek. I forgot what game it was. I think it was online, but I also think it was
the MMO that came out last year or whatever, 2 years ago.
Nope, definitely not then. I was a kid when I started a Star Trek game, and I think I dropped it because I literally have not watched Star Trek, so everything.
You've never seen anything Star Trek?
I I just know like some of the main characters, like Data, I guess.
Yeah, that's next generation stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
No, yeah, Star Trek's huge.
There's a lot of things. Yeah.
It's like saying, oh yeah, I know some of the main characters of Star Wars, like Padme.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess, like, sure, prequels. Yeah. That's like a one specific part of it.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, today we're going to be talking about a suggestion, thanks to Timmy for suggesting it.
Timmy Red, you can watch his video game streaming on twitch.tv/badfriendsbrigade. I think he's streaming Neo next.
Oh, heck yeah.
I don't know.
That's
maybe
gonna be
not.
pretty good. That's going to be pretty good either way, I think.
Yeah, that game's got really good reviews so far. I don't know why neither of us have touched it. It's a fucking... apparently it's like Dark Souls, but like crossbred with Diablo 3.
Shenmue. Oh.
No, not Shenmue.
Oh, yeah, because of the tree, right?
No, the loot. Color-coded loot.
The loot. Oh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic color-coded loot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I told you this last week, but I'm more into like Dark Souls right now since I haven't finished it, and I'm like hella into Souls. I feel like every other like Souls equivalent is kind of like not worth trying out right now.
I say it's too late for you to play the alpha and the beta and the last chance trials, but I don't know, Redbox it. I had fun playing the alpha.
No, I'll try it. I'll definitely Redbox it. I always forget that's even an option, to be honest, because like I hardly ever do it.
Yeah.
Like Blockbuster used to be a thing for me and my family, but obviously that's also gone. So
yeah.
Yeah, Redbox is a lot easier though because it's pretty much everywhere.
Dude. Right?
Yes. Dude, right. But yeah, we're going to be playing. We're going to be talking about Orchid Trail. Fuck. Oxenfree. And I guess let's All right. So Oxenfree is with no spoilers or anything, and obviously throughout this podcast, it's most likely going to be it's not going to be spoiler free because we're pretty much most likely going to spoil parts of the game that in which you probably haven't played or whatever.
Well, we're definitely gonna talk about it. There's a full-on spoiler cast.
Oh yeah, no.
We should
definitely
give them a premise though before they tune out if they haven't played it.
No, yeah, I was gonna mention the premise. It's fairly hard at. I'm not hard at doing it. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so the premise of Oxenfree is pretty much, you play as this girl Alex, and she hangs out with her friends, and weird and mysterious things happens on this island when she messes with a radio in a certain cave. And from there, weird things happen and stories unfold. That's fairly.
Give them a genre summary. Of video game it is.
Like we'll see. I know you've played scary games before, June.
Yeah,
so
I mean it's an adventure.
This probably
game,
isn't.
I would say
it's an adventure. Yeah, definitely an adventure game. But I would also say slightly like scary.
Yeah, that's like for sure the theme of the game. It is scary. It is a creepy, scary game. I mean, it's not like it's like
it's not like Resident Evil 7.
Well, yeah,
scary.
like I mean, it's interesting, right? Because it's like the characters are cartoon looking, and like the perspective's really far away, and like you think that wouldn't really invite scares that much, but it is pretty creepy. We'll get into why in a little bit, but it's an adventure game, classic style, pretty much. It's influenced by Telltale games for sure because it's about like relationships between people and conversations, like Mass Effect, that sort of character stuff, right?
Yeah. I didn't realize it was a Telltale game until you mentioned it.
It's not a Telltale game.
Shit. But I mean, it kind of is a little bit. But
no, Telltale's a company though. Like it's a.
Well, yeah, but like they make specific like they have like specific game mechanics where you pretty much select conversation options, right? And that's pretty much what happens in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't mention that either, I guess.
Yeah. That's like the biggest part of the game is talking with people and seeing how that goes. Like you might make some people happy, you might not.
Yeah. I
juggling your relationships.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I at first I don't know.
What is it? What do you call it? Choice-driven narrative experiences. I guess, right?
that sounds like a good that sounds like a good description, like summarizing it pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. With like a bit of a horror
aspect to it, right? Yeah. I think I like it. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
really like it.
Honestly though, I know I haven't played too many scary games before. Mm-hmm. Or like jump scare games or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's some of those in this. Yeah,
there's some of them in here. But like it was really hard for me to play. Like I feel like I should have just streamed it. Yeah, well, because like I'm easily scared, and like I was like, it was really hard for me to go through it sometimes. And like I don't know, I was pretty scared of playing it. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny, right? Like what is it? I played a lot of games that are like, this is the scariest game you'll ever play, you know, like, or whatever. Like, I played Outlast, and I was, like, yawning, like, not scary. I got creeped out during Oxenfree, for sure, yeah.
Really? I thought you wouldn't. That's interesting.
No, we'll talk about why later, but, like, yeah, it was cool. I like the scares in it, and I like the... I think it ends on a really creepy note, and I want to definitely talk about that.
Well, that depends on how you... I think there's, obviously alternate endings, right? So.
I don't know if... I think one thing always happens, no matter what. I think there's
that one thing at the end.
At the very,
I feel like
end,
I think I know what you're talking about, but let's
mm-hmm.
I think let's go ahead and go into like the spoiler bits where I think
give us the plot. Give us the plot summary.
Plot summary, I guess.
And how about this? You tell me the story. And as you're telling it, if something different happened in my game, I'll interject.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good.
If I chose something different.
Yeah. So, the plot of the story is these group of friends, they go into... They meet up at this beach. Edwards Island is what it's called.
Edwards Island.
And they pretty much go there. Apparently, it's a thing with them where for their school or something, they go there, they party and something. Yeah. And they're
high schoolers. We should mention.
Yes, I think. Yeah, well, I think they were like seniors or something, right?
Juniors.
Because Alex juniors. Yeah. I thought Alex was gonna graduate, then go to. Oh, okay. Well, they're for the high schoolers, right? Mm-hmm. And then they go over to this beach. One of the friends says that to bring a radio because there's some weird things happening in caves that some of the kids found. Ren, yes.
Let's mention the main people. I guess before we go in.
So Alex is the person you play. She's a junior in high school, I guess, and she's pretty much like she's like blue hair, red jacket. She pretty much seems like a rebel in some ways.
Yeah, she's the one that you control. So like, it's up to you how she really is, I guess. Yeah, but I think there's some personality, but outside of you, like.
Yeah, no, she has her own, but you pretty much kind of select what it is, but you still have control over her, or she still has a personality.
Right. And she's got a troubled past. There's something terrible that happened to her.
Yeah, you could tell something's even before playing.
Yeah,
you could tell that something is something's happened to her in the past.
Yeah. She has a best friend named Ren.
He's a quirky character.
Right? Yeah, he's like he's the funny guy.
He's like. Yeah, he's like the they call him something specific in like the comedy,
comic relief.
They call it comic relief.
There you go. Yeah,
he's a comic relief character. And then you also have her stepbrother, Jonas.
Yeah. This is like the first time they're hanging out, Alex and Jonas. They've not really known each other very long because their parents just got married.
Yes. And apparently they were in like high school together before.
No, he moved. I think there. He wasn't in that school.
Yeah, he was in the city, right?
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't go to her school until now.
Yeah,
they go now. He goes there now. Yeah.
And then they meet up with their friends. I think Jonas's friends, or just in general.
No. They're Ren's friend. Ren and Alex's friends.
Yes.
Jonas doesn't know
Ren and
anyone.
Alex's friends.
Yeah. He's the outsider.
Yes, he is. They meet up with
Clarissa.
I remember it was Clarissa.
And Nona.
Nona. Clarissa is at first, she's a
jerk.
She's pretty much, she's a bitch.
Yeah, she's a jerk.
Yeah. She just really stuck up, I guess. And she just wants to not be places. She smokes a lot, I guess.
She smokes a lot?
Well, in my playthrough, I just noticed she just smokes. She's not
interesting. The only person I noticed who smoked in the game was Jonas.
Jonas, right? Yeah, he started smoking in the beginning.
He smokes throughout the game for me.
Oh,
yeah, he smoked when Well, did you take a cigarette from him in the beginning?
No, definitely.
Okay, yeah,
not.
I did, and so throughout the game, whenever he was stressed out, he would, or there was a decision moment or whatever, he'd be smoking a cigarette.
Uh-huh. Wow. Okay, I've never had an option with that at all. Ever since I denied him.
It's not an option. He was just doing it.
Yeah. Well, he's never opened it up after that.
No, he wouldn't ask me. He would just the character of him would be standing out there with a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Clarissa,
Maybe
I don't
did,
remember her
Can't
smoking.
Remember. She smoked in the beginning. That's pretty much it. I think I remember that. Nona is a quiet character. She seems quiet. She does talk a bit, but she's one of the shy ones that doesn't want to really speak up.
She's kind of a burnout, isn't she? I talked to her a little bit later in the game, and she was telling me about how if you don't come to class, you get suspended, and then being suspended is free vacation.
I've had this conversation with her.
And Alex is aren't you kind of missing class, which is the most important part? She's definitely I don't know. I think that's what I said.
No, that's not what I chose.
Yeah, that's what my character Alex chose. But yeah, it's definitely she's a sort of a slacker. Ren has a crush on her. Ren, your best friend.
Ren, Alex's best friend.
And he's maybe gonna try and use this party time at the Edwards Island in order to get closer to Nona.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want you blabbing about it, though.
Yeah, it's that thing. I had a friend recently that pretty much told me one of her friends pretty much told the dude that she likes her or whatever, and then she got really upset at her, and now she's not friends with that person anymore, and also that ruined the relationship between her and the dude apparently.
Yeah, I mean,
so I guess
I don't want to cast any stones, but I mean, I guess be careful who you entrust your secrets to. I guess.
Yeah,
that's a lesson we could take from that.
Yeah, it's pretty much a secret, isn't it? Or a secret that you're not allowed to tell, pretty much.
Well,
right?
I mean, I think there's a difference between if I told you I like someone and you told someone, I don't think I'd be mad unless I specifically told you not to tell that person.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and then at that point, it's just it's definitely trust.
If you told it, but I didn't say not to say it, and it turned out bad for me. That's on me, I think.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Okay. So then, in the instance of this one, Ren actually asks you to not mention it to Nona at all.
He says don't bring this up. So it's on you if you do bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That happened. I
think you could tell right away. I think you could tell Nona the first time you talk to her too. By the way, it's pretty messed up.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty much when you meet them. So, anyways, that's the characters. I actually like them all. They're actually pretty cool. I always like the dynamic where all the characters have different personalities. Obviously Alex kind of you could choose what kind of personality she pretty much has as you go along in the game. But yeah, everyone pretty much had their own personality, and it was really cool. I liked Ren. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like them all. They're all good people, sort of. I mean, yeah, they are, but
yeah, they are.
They're troubled people, I guess.
Yeah, but who isn't? Yeah. Let's be honest.
I guess Ren and Nona are the least troubled.
No, but like in real life, like who was in trouble?
You're right.
But yeah, no. Ren and Nona are least troubled. Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they go to this beach and then they're like talk about some stuff. They talk about like what to do on the beach and stuff, and then they choose to go into the cave at some point.
Okay, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Right here.
What's up?
When Jonas and Ren go to the cave, did you hang out with Nona and Clarissa for a second, or did you go to the cave right away?
Through the second playthrough, I did.
See, I just went. Oh, you played it twice? Okay, you're gonna have.
I played it like almost halfway. Almost. I'm like 75%. I
just went to the cave. So you could.
I'm pretty much at. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You could just like talk to them like for a while.
Yeah.
Is it cool?
Oh, you haven't? Okay, I have. Pretty much. See, I don't know. It could have been anything. So in this one, I actually told Nona, or like I with the this thing that happens that you pretty much tell Nona that Jonas likes him is this
Ren
truth or dare game or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Ren, yes. And pretty much you have the option to tell.
Oh right, Clarissa's so mean during that.
Yeah,
game.
Clarissa was pretty much like not meanest, but I don't know. She was pretty fucked up because she pretty much like asked immediately to Ren that, hey Ren, you like Nona, right? We all know you want to try out the goods, so just spill it.
Yeah, she says that exact gross quote. I remember thinking
she
like,
does.
Whoa, ew.
She actually did. Like it was really fucked up. And then
you want to
with
sample
this one,
the goods or something.
Yeah, that is literally what she says. Yeah.
I was like, yikes, and then, this lady.
And then this one I told her that I gave her the truth, and then I slapped Ren because it's called truth or slap. If the person isn't telling the truth, you pretty much slap that person.
Whoa! You slapped him?
Yeah. Well, it's also achievement for those who don't know. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'll just do it for that. Achieve. Why not?
Does he get mad at you?
Of course he does. Well, I mean, it's weird. He does. So this is when you're in the cave. He kind of does. But like he kind of like is whatever, and then the story continues on. You know, the obviously static story.
Game mechanic question.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're talking to characters, or sometimes when a character does something, like a thought bubble pops up on them, around them, and it's like of someone's face.
Yes. Okay.
I had no idea what that meant.
I still don't know what it means. I think, okay, so this is what I think it means, though. I think it means like that it's either going up, right? Or either the relationship is going up or it's going down.
But like, it's the
for
same
sure,
icon,
something is
no matter
changing.
What.
Yeah, something is changing with the relationship between the character and the whoever they're thinking about.
Right. So like, because I think Clarissa was being like really mean at one point, and everyone's. Like had a thought bubble of Clarissa, and I was just like, "What is that?" Like,
so that
like at the same time, like I would do good stuff, nice stuff, and like someone would appreciate it, and it would have a thought bubble of me.
Yeah. So I think it either means like it's changing good or changing bad, like changing like whether they like him or not, or whether they dislike him. I think that's what it is because I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
Other thing that I kind of like was irritated with is whenever you have a choice to like talk and stuff.
Yes.
Whenever you immediately choose something, it interrupts them, which sucks.
I hate that
so much.
I agree. I wish
and like
because you see the bubble fading out, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
I always try to time it at the very last possible second because I don't want to interrupt them. But then sometimes I'll like miss it. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then you pretty much don't say anything.
Alex is just quiet, and then sometimes they like call her out on it. They're like,
hello, Alex, are you there?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, like,
I
hate this. I only played through the game once. I didn't restart.
It is weird.
I restarted once in the whole game. I'll tell you where that.
Yeah, I actually did too, but that's only because like I played while I was in a party, and then I was like, you know what, you right, June, you right. I should play it without anybody with me, but I really didn't because I was scared, and I knew I knew I didn't like. I wasn't, but I pushed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what's it called? There's some instances though where you select something and they actually finish their sentence or
I noticed that too.
And then you can. I think those are like the fixed ones that aren't going to change too much when pretty much something happens. I guess.
Oh man, it drove me crazy. I wish like they left the speech bubble on like a second longer than like after they were done talking.
Needed.
You know, does
but
that make sense?
Yeah, but I could slightly understand how, like, why that would work, because like in a real conversation you actually would kind of interrupt someone slightly if your opinion like comes up at some point. But like typically I usually try to let the other person finish and then I interject.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, like in real life, a lot of times it's like you're getting questions asked of you, right? In this game,
yeah.
Like if someone if I ask you a question, like, and you don't respond right away, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Like I want you to mull it over, you know, to give me an answer. I don't want you to just like, it's not like, hey Keo, like, do you like peanut butter or jelly? You know,
jelly.
Like, you know,
jelly. I already know. Like, oh yeah,
you know.
definitely don't give me the option like in the middle of the question.
Yeah, they do that all the time in that game, and like that, yeah. I think they could have, because I really like the conversation stuff. I wish that mechanic was better implemented.
I think I feel like it's because like at some point you're gonna go through it so many times that you kind of already know the answer, so you pretty much just choose the same answer.
I think they should allow us to interrupt. That I like that, but
yeah,
I personally would not be interrupting most of the time.
Yeah, because I think there was a lot of dialogue that I missed that probably would have been really good for like just in general for information in further on in the story.
Right. Oh, also another thing that's a pet peeve: when characters are walking and talking in this game, if you walk to the you don't know where you're supposed to like go. Generally, you don't have like a marker that shows up, but like there's like a zone that like once you enter it, like it's like the next story thing's happening.
Oh yeah.
And so people will be talking to each other, and we're just like naturally walking along the like path to get to a place, and like they're saying something interesting, and immediately the conversation ends because they're like at that place. And like now they're talking about that thing. Yeah, that bugged me. I was like, no, I would have like stopped walking and let them finish.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the like even in the beginning, like whenever you're walking and they're talking, and then you have the option to go to the beach at that point, but they're still talking. Mm-hmm. As soon as you enter that zone, you pretty much lose all that conversation and further options on top of that once you enter that zone.
Yeah, and I mean like their conversations are the most interesting things about this game, like the relationships between people.
Mm-hmm. So also in this podcast, we love to just rag on a game sometimes at the very beginning.
That we like.
Yeah. So
like I don't know, Keo. I really like this game. This game
I like
great.
It too.
Yeah.
It's real. I mean, I'm playing it for a second time, so I mean, but there's a reason for that as well. But I mean, still, I'd play it again though.
I think it's because we like a game. We're pointing out the things. I mean,
the flaws, the potential flaws.
Here's
or whatever.
the thing, right? How many times have you played a video game and been like, "Oh man, this game's so great. Ooh, this little thing is really bothering me," and then like you just never like none of your friends have ever played that game, so you don't have that outlet for anyone to agree with you on. Me and you, like, we both played Oxenfree. We both like it. And we both have like these nitpicks, and like we agree with each other on it. So it's like super, what is it? It's vindicating, to be like, hey, like that sucks. Because like, I know it does.
It's like it's just the internet, man. Like you could have an opinion on something, and even if the world says, or the majority says it's wrong, there's gonna be a certain amount of people or a forum or a group that will agree with you, and then you have that like I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like it's like sometimes like you'll be feeling something about like a video game or like a person or movie or whatever. I don't know. Like sometimes you'll like just hate something about it, right? Or like you'll be upset about something, or something will irk you, and you'll be like, oh god, and you'll just type it in on Google, like the name like of the movie, and like the first search result is the exact problem you have with it or something. That makes me feel great. Like I'm like, yes, enough people have looked this up to be like like I don't know, like if I don't know if this is real. I'm making this up. This isn't real, but like I don't like the ending of The Dark Knight Rises, okay? That Batman movie. It's like, and I type in Dark Knight Rises ending, and like the first search result is like sucks or something.
Terrible.
I'll be like, yes, like good. People agree with me.
Yeah. But yeah, I like how we just rag on the game like that we like, and like I just noticed it as we were talking. Like we were saying a lot of bad things. This is like Final Fantasy 15 all over
we're
again.
gonna spend like a lot of time talking about the good things. Might as well get some of the bad things out of the way.
Well, I mean, those are like mechanically. That's mechanic stuff, kind of, but it still affects. It still kind of affects the story a little bit. But to answer your question in the very beginning,
what was my question? I don't remember.
It was what does Nona and Clarissa talk about?
Right, thank you. Yeah.
Before you jump over, yeah. So pretty much, they really don't talk about John or whatever
Ren,
whatever the fuck. Oh, no, I just remembered something. Fuck. Jonas? No, I'll explain that in a second. Hold on, I'll explain it in a second. But they pretty much just talk about you go over to Nona when you. I think it doesn't matter what you say. Sorry, my microphone dropped. No. Alex pretty much just talks to Nona, and that's pretty much just saying like, "Hey, Ren actually likes you," or like, "What do you think about Ren?" I think it's pretty much you pretty much talk to Nona and ask if he likes Ren or not. That also can ruin the relationship of Nona and Ren.
Oh, really?
I believe. But I'm not sure. I haven't gone to the end of this
what
thing
does Nona
to
say?
Where she pretty much says when I told the truth out of Ren, she pretty much said like, yeah, I only see him as a friend, pretty much friend zoned him.
Oh, interesting, because when I lied to cover for Ren or something, I think Ren was like doing that exact thing where he's like, oh no, I like her as a friend, and I was just going like, you dork, don't say that. You know?
Yeah, and then I think with Clarissa, what I chose is, can we just be friends? Even though I was treating her like shit.
You were being mean to her, and then you tried to be friends with her.
Yeah, I was like, can we be friends? Well, because I never had that option before, so I was just curious. And then she pretty much says, Alex, I'm friends with I'm friends. We're everyone here is my friend. So I was like, all right, whatever. I think that's pretty much what she said.
Dude, it's so cool. During that truth or slap game, I was like it was my turn to ask a question, you know, and I asked Clarissa, and I said, "What do you really think of me?" And she said, "Yeah, you're an average girl with average thoughts." And I was just like, "Oh shit, she is hardcore. She is pretty hardcore."
That's it. And then I guess that everyone knows that, so she doesn't get slapped. I think in the first run I went through, I think I asked Clarissa something. No, I don't. I asked. I forgot who I asked. I think I asked Clarissa something, and then I ended up getting slapped for it. I think. No. Someone slapped me. What the fuck?
Someone slapped Alex?
Yeah, someone slapped Alex. I can't remember what it was, but it was Clarissa that definitely slapped me, and I went over there to get slapped.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And no one got slapped in my game. Everyone just like. It was just really awkward and like and really tense, and everyone was like uncomfortable, and everyone didn't want to play the game anymore. Like,
yeah, well, Jonas never did.
Yeah, Jonas.
I think he always says that he just said, you know what, I'm tired of this game. Let's just play something else. But anyways, that's pretty much what happens at the end. So going on with the story, pretty much what happens is the boys and Alex go over to the cave that's right next to the beach, and they pretty much, apparently there's these stones that are on the ground, and the kids put it there because that's where they find weird radio signals. And the whole thing about this game is about using your radio or radio waves to pretty much channel or tune in to like these weird sounds. So you pretty much go through these rocks. There's like 3 of them there, and then they all make weird noises or whatever, and then make like a weird like like I don't know what a piano sound at the end, or like a I don't know how to explain what that is. A trumpet maybe.
It's like
I don't know.
It's a tone. It reminds me kind of outside or inside when you find those things in inside.
It did. That reminded me of Inside. Yeah. That reminded me of something, but I didn't think I didn't think too much of what it was, but. Yeah,
remember it does make those noises, those like boxes that you find or whatever in Inside.
Yeah. You go to those, and then at some point Jonas ends up going into the cave, and he sees like a light or something, or hears. Excuse me. He hears someone. he hears someone, and then he goes in there, and then you pretty much go in with him. And then Ren just gonna sit down because all the magic.
Oh yeah, he's.
Oh
high.
yeah, Ren eats a magical brownie, which is essentially equates to like a weed brownie. And like he just sits down and says, "I'm just gonna sit down because
I got mad at him like one of
Yeah.
the later times because like it was like this
Oh,
really
no, I know.
intense situation and he like got high again. And I
yeah,
was like,
to calm his nerves.
I don't think I like. I personally wasn't that mad. I was like, whatever, but like that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
but then like it turned out to be a much bigger deal that I got mad at him. Like he's like, "Oh, why are you so mad at me?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not." Like, whoa, chill out.
Yeah, it's almost like the whole like I forgot which one it was, like the whole Mass Effect. I think it was Mass Effect thing where if you choose a conversation bubble or whatever, it actually turns out a lot more than you expected.
Sure. It's like I don't respond well to threats. Turns into you gonna threaten me? I'll break your neck or something. Like, it's just like
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, whoa.
But like it's I was pretty upset with him too at that point. But pretty much you go through this cave with Jonas, you find Jonas, and then you see these weird things, which I still haven't figured this out yet. The first thing you find in this cave is see the man with the dog. And then you go on further, and it's like in blood, it looks like, or at least in red.
Right.
And it's in the cave.
Saw the
and
dog,
you go
not
on,
the man, or something, right?
Yeah. And the other one, saw the dog, not the man. It's a weird thing, and obviously it seems like it's something that would be pretty important. Funny thing is, you don't see a man, nor do you see a dog in this game, at least through my 2 playthroughs so far.
Yeah, you don't see anyone who's not the
five.
Yeah. Well, you do see
Five.
one.
And then,
person.
yes, one other person.
Right.
You pretty much see that. And the one where you see the man, not the dog. There's also a like bookshelf or like it looked like a bookshelf. It looked like a dresser.
Yeah, like an
thing
armoire
in there as well.
something. Yeah,
in a cave.
I remember. I get why that's there. Like by the end, I get why.
You do?
Yeah, it's from the past. Remember? Because they're like
interesting.
It's like from their time. They explained that, I think.
Okay. No, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
no,
why there's like later on in the game, you're walking around and you go to a house and you come out and there's like a chair outside that wasn't there and stuff like that. Like
my god,
you'll see stuff like
that.
that.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so I want to go back to that. Hopefully, I remember to go back to that when we get to that point, whatever. But I want to ask you about that at some point. Okay, so you pretty much in this cave. You also notice a weird thing, or Jonas knows it at first if you haven't seen it yourself. There's a weird like floating triangle all the way up top, and you see that. And then Jonas points it out, and then did you notice it?
Okay, I was thinking about that in like real life, what that would look like. I was like, because when I saw it, I was like, what would that look like? Because like the game's like 2D, right? So it's like it looks very flat, but like what the hell could that look like? Like,
yeah, I know.
That would blow my mind. I would have no idea what was going on if I saw that.
I wouldn't have known either. Like that was like
no,
it was like it was obviously 3D.
I think I did notice the triangle.
Yeah, I did too. And then the thing is though, I didn't get a chance to see. You were able to click on the Amar and the see the man, not the dog.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I saw the man, not the dog.
I clicked on this.
You were able to.
They're just like
I wasn't.
What's going on or something?
When you say to Jonas like, yeah, I see it, you don't have the option to click on those anymore, which sucked.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, when you click on that one, he says like the quote or whatever. You're like, did you see the first part? He's like, yeah. Find a man see a man with a dog. Yeah, like real cheery or something. I don't know. Like he says something.
Yeah. It's and then
they're very snarky. Everyone's very snarky in this game.
Yeah, they are. They really
Jonas
are.
reminds me of our buddy on PlayStation. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
He's always like snarking. Oh my gosh.
All right. So so this triangle thing on the top. At some point, I guess if you don't figure it out yourself, Jonas says, "Why don't you try using the radio thing? Maybe it'll do something." You pretty much you tune in, and it makes it pretty much like it has this. When you open up the radio comes up like all red and stuff, which is kind of weird.
Interesting.
And then you try really?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's in.
I don't think I even talked to Jonas about it. I think I just immediately saw it and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use my radio on it."
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but no, but the radio signal thing or whatever, it was red.
Yeah, okay,
though.
instead of like green or whatever.
I
don't think I noticed it because it was so early on. I think I just didn't realize that it's normally green and now it's red.
It's definitely red. Anything that has to do with those type of things, it's red. Especially the rocks that you find throughout the game.
Yeah, the anomalies.
Yeah. So pretty much you try to tune in. You have to tune in like 3 times, and pretty much what it does, it like shakes and makes weird things, and it makes lines and makes other smaller triangles, and the smaller triangles are the same thing where
you're opening something.
Another triangle. Yeah, you're definitely opening something, and then at some point you pretty much just open something, and then something talks to you through it, I guess.
What does it say? I don't remember this part much.
They say like "sleepy time gal," something.
Oh yeah, that's creepy. Yeah, their conversations are so creepy.
the biggest thing is leave possible or something like that.
Right.
And with this throughout this conversation, like they're not saying it like as a person. They're saying it as bits on like radios.
It's like they're cutting up
cut-ups of like radios,
like speech parts.
Yeah, some of them sound like women. Some of them sound like a group of people. Some of them sound like
military announcer guy.
Yeah, and pretty much that's pretty much the gist of it, and it pretty much like
it teleports. Jonas and Alex somewhere else on the island.
Yes, it does. I do want to mention something, and it's something that I'm pretty sure you haven't seen. There's something else that happens when you play through it a second time.
Oh, really? It carries over something?
First, definitely, for sure. Something happens through, and this is the part that really makes me like, it really creeps me out, for sure. Like, it's not even because of the fact that it's a weird game and like weird sounds are coming. It's, let's see.
I like how scared
it's the fact that it's because I feel like I'm gonna pass out because I'm like, I'm like trying to explain it, and I want to explain it real quickly, and I'm not getting like time to breathe in. So I need like time, whatever. So pretty much what happens. Oh, by the way, that I think is happening again. I guess it just doesn't matter what energy drink I'm drinking.
What is going on?
So pretty much what happens is when you go through, you see the MR and you see the man. I saw the man, not the dog. The other thing you notice is there's a radio like intercom thing that's right below the triangle, obviously on the floor, and you're able to interact with that thing.
That wasn't there the first time?
That was definitely not there the first time.
Okay.
And you're able to say things to something. And pretty much what happened, I really need a P2, by the way, I'm sorry. Pretty much what happens is you interact with it, and then I guess Alex kind of says something and says like she mentioned something in the past or the first playthrough you've gone through, and she says, "Hey I chose Hey Alex, are you there?" I think don't go to Edward Island.
Should already be there though.
Yeah, that's true. But I'll explain that later. Either way, the other thing that happens too is after like before they say sleep time gal is leave possible, whatever. That's pretty much the main thing for the first one. This is the biggest bit that like creeped me out. So this ghost thing pretty much says what's it called? It pretty much says you've gone through this. It seems like you're back again.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And the other thing is, it says Elder Alex won't be able to help you this time. And I'm gonna go ahead and just say this big spoiler bit at the end. That comes up at the end of the game, which throughout this game there's 3 points in which you see yourself in a reflection. And the weird thing is, there's names above your name, above Alex's name,
backwards,
or above Alex's person. No, that's only backwards in. I think it's backwards only in the river one or the ocean.
It's upside down at the lake, but in the mirrors, I think they're backwards because you're looking at it from the other side.
I saw one that was like, I was clear. It was like Jaboy dude or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I was able to read it clearly. I'm not sure if that was the name, but it was like X something something something.
Right.
And pretty much what happens is that those things are actually you at the end of the game too, and you pretty much give advice to the next Alex or the next person that's playing or the person that's playing it. Like it's essentially
it's like
us
Dark
too.
Souls. It's like you're just sending it out into the ether, and someone else is gonna pick up on it.
Which is cool, really but it's also weird. I think the way they do that though is I think they choose whichever is the most that was the most selected. I think it's
random.
Possibly.
I think it's 3 random ones.
If I kind of hope it is random.
Credits. Like, and during the credits of the game, it was like Ghost Alex, like number 1. Like,
oh no way!
Dawn,
okay, I did not notice
Cheadle, XX or whatever. Ghost Alex number 2.
Yeah.
Dawn.
Oh, that's
King,
so cool.
420. I don't know why they're all Dawns. Ghost number 3. Dawn Knots. But
yeah, I didn't notice that. That's cool. I don't think I stuck around that much for it.
And I think what happens is since your son, because when I first played through the game, I couldn't really read their names, so I just thought that was some weird creepy radio thing, and I thought
I thought so too.
I thought that like the game was like telling me to do stuff, like, and I was like, oh, okay, if I do the stuff it tells me to do, I'm gonna get the happy ending or whatever, you know what I mean, like, or like the best possible ending. And then
so hold on, did you notice that on the first one that you get? So the first one, it doesn't matter which one. The first one could be different. It's either going to be the lake or like in
the first one was one of the mirrors, and he said something like,
you went to Clarissa first then?
Yeah, it was something about no I went to Ren. Oh, you're right, those two could be swapped. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah.
Oh man, if you go to Clarissa first, does the thing with Clarissa still happen?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
It doesn't happen to Ren or something?
Okay. Well, I mean, something happens to Ren, but he doesn't, he doesn't jump. Okay. Whatever. So go ahead. No, continue what you're saying. Right?
No. I just I was following those things. Like, and whenever an opportunity came up that one of the Ghost Alexes has told me about, I was like, oh yeah, I got to do this now, So and I tried to remember. There was one that fucked me up because it was at the very end, it was tell someone to go their own way or don't influence someone. And I was like, I don't remember which one it was. Those both seemed the same thing to me. So I said one thing and I was like, did I do the right thing? But it didn't end up mattering because it's just it does matter, but it's it wouldn't necessarily have gotten me the best possible outcome or whatever.
Yeah. So you noticed that on the first Alex you met, or noticed
second Alex
these are good
told
things
me,
to do?
The second Alex told me to tell Jonas to let Jonas talk to his mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what the second Alex told me. I don't remember what the first Alex told me. The third, I think the first Alex said something about tell Michael and Clarissa to stick it out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Michael is Alex's dead brother. We should say that.
Yes, he is. He will come up at some point.
Yeah, he should come up now since we're talking about him.
Yes. But the thing is too though, is I didn't notice that at all. I thought I just chose the option at first, and I went through the river at the first time, and I thought it was an option. I clicked on it, and they clicked on the one I chose. I guess what I thought I chose, and I was like, okay, this is weird. Whatever.
Oh, I think the river was the third one for me. Yeah.
What's the other one besides Clarissa?
There's a mirror at Clarissa's, and there's a mirror. No, never mind. The house was the third one for me. The house, the Adler's, Maggie Adler's house. Yeah. Because it's the lake, Clarissa's Fort Minor.
Clarissa's on the way to
Fort
Clarissa.
Minor, and Maggie Adler's house.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, I was gonna mention. So, the game or the ghost mentioned like other Alex can't help you. So the thing is, like, it obviously mentions that other Alex is like these 3 potential points in the game. But I don't think they're actually talking about that. I think they're actually talking about you, the player, which creeped me out.
Why?
Which I think I creeped myself out because we essentially, after the first game, we end up becoming other Alex in a way because we know the information throughout the first playthrough.
Exactly. Yeah. So is the playthrough different? Like, is the ghost right?
Yeah, there's definitely more dialogue and more things that happen at certain points. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I was gonna, when you said that if I was done with the game, I said yes, and then I played through it a second time, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not done. And then I was gonna mention it to you, but then I was like, maybe I shouldn't tell him because then it will ruin the whole story.
I'm probably not gonna play through this game a second time anytime soon, so I want to hear about this stuff. This is cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not done though, and I think I have to go through it again because I found out some new information. But I'll bring it up. Once we get to it. So pretty much what happens through the first playthrough you ever go through is after you like channel like these ghost things or whatever, you find out they're ghosts at some point. If they pretty much teleport you and Jonas, and they also teleport Nona, Ren, and Clarissa, and they just teleport
all different places except for Jonas and Alex.
Yeah, and then you pretty much like get teleported. You and Jonas get teleported to this comm tower, which you figure out it's a place where you could possibly like. Wait, I don't think it does anything. You just go there and you find out where Ren and Clarissa is potentially if you answer to her through the other line. This playthrough I went through, the first one I went through, I just talked to Ren.
Oh, interesting. You didn't switch over?
No, definitely not. Because I don't know. I don't care. I want to try to see where he's at or whatever. But I think he didn't give... I don't think he gave any good information,
I was like, hold
up
a second. I'm going to call you back. And then I switched over as Clarissa. Mm-hmm. And then like it disconnected. And then I tried to switch over back to Ren and he was already disconnected. And I was like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. But you now know where both of them are at. I think that's the only thing. That only just shows you where they're at and stuff. I can't remember what what relationship difference is going to be or whatever.
I think it probably matters who you go to first.
Maybe. Yeah. Which one did you go to
I
first?
Went to
Ren.
Yeah.
You went to...
Well, actually, that's one of the times I restarted in the game. Because I think we were talking, me and Jonas, and I hit the wrong dialogue option. And she's like, all right, let's go to Clarissa. And then like marker map says go to Clarissa. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So
I don't want to go to her first. She was a bitch to me.
Replay that whole section just so I could choose Ren. Because I didn't... I chose funny. Ren. I just hit the wrong button. And then I went to Ren. And he was possessed.
Yep. He was. He was possessed. He did. So he ended up getting possessed. Oh, so on the way over to Ren, there's a certain part in the map where you start looping.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Also, another important bit is when before you even get to that bit, there's a gondola or whatever it's called, a bridge connector or something.
Bridge
you have to go to. Bridge ferry. You have to go to this bridge ferry that you take to that area. But that area, it's like the power is off, and there's obviously a house there that could potentially turn on the power. In there, I think an important thing in there is with.
Whenever there was a red light, I always used a radio. Yeah. Yeah,
same. Which is weird though, because there was one time in Clarissa's pathway, there was a red light on one of the lights, the industrial lights or whatever, but it wasn't a thing. Which is, I think it was for the rocks below or something. I'm not sure. But either way, the house in there, you have to flip the switch. Once you flip the switch, and you the door closes, all lights turn off besides a red lamp, and then you tune into that, and then that's where apparently a certain song comes on with Jonas.
The song that his mom sings.
And you don't hear her sing. You just hear like the tunes or something like that this time. And pretty much it goes through and then it cuts off. Also, at the same time, too, you could kind of see things on your actual screen of like
on your what
as well, which is on your screen, like while you're watching or while you're like playing or whatever. There's like weird things that like show up like very quickly. It looked like eyes or whatever. Yeah. Not like obviously real eyes. It's just like red lines or something, and like somewhat of a ghost figure.
Cool.
So pretty much what happens is that just comes up. I think that's going to be important at some point, but I'm not sure. So you go through it, and then the power turns on. You go through there, and then this is where the looping starts. So you pretty much go down this pathway, and this really pissed me off too, by the way, because I'm like, "Fuck, come on!" I literally just want to go over to red. That's all I want to do. So you pretty much you go from the right to left, and you go down this path, and then as soon as you go to the end of that path, it takes you back to the beginning again. But it looks, it definitely looks different. Like it looks like I don't know how to explain this in a way in which I can relate something else to it in real life.
Oh, it's like you're watching a scratched videotape. Yeah, it's got like like sort of like fuzzy, like warped, like video footage look.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of noise on your screen that you see, and it looks disorientated. And this is pretty much like the first instance you actually interact with the whole time thing, because your character knows that you're looping, or you eventually realize you're looping, but Jonas doesn't. And then you mention it to Jonas at some point, I guess, and then he follows along.
He doesn't ever experience loop himself, but he believes you, and he's creeped out by it. He acknowledges that you know of it, which is weird too, because like if you're a person that actually doesn't this is just like out of like this is out of the game. If you're a person like doesn't like see the things someone else doesn't see, you're really gonna see them as crazy. And when you say you're gonna believe them, that I don't know. If I was teleported across the island and we saw like a triangle open up in the sky, I think I'd be ready to believe anything at that point.
Well, I mean, like besides seeing the triangle thing and obviously the knowledge of not knowing if you went to the end and looping or teleporting, you wouldn't, and that person says, "Oh my God, we looped." You probably wouldn't believe them because like you really didn't experience.
I'm glad that he believes you right away, because I feel like that would be annoying. I'd be like, "Come on, really, man? You can't believe this, even though we just teleported across the island and like
17
what
times.
Do you mean? We did something crazy just happened. Like, how do you not believe me right now when I'm saying this crazy thing is happening?" Yeah,
I was really glad that he didn't. There comes a point where you choose between like 3 people to take with you at that point, but we'll talk about that in a bit, I guess. But you go through this section. You end up seeing a ball, and the ball apparently is the point in which you pretty much like, I guess, interact with the ghosts, and they pretty much, I forgot what it was. Oh, they just pretty much make themselves known, and then at that point you pretty much
they burn like a figure, a shape of themselves into like rock, don't they?
I think.
Yeah, remember, because you kick the ball a few times, and then you walk a little bit, and there's like a loud noise, and like you see a flash of like flame or whatever, and like there's like a human shaped figure like burned into the rock, and like Alex and Jonas are really scared. They're like, "Oh my God, like what the hell?"
I've never really noticed that. It just looked like a freaking explosion that just went like on the wall in chunks or whatever.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like.
I mean, it could be like one of those things where like, look at this ink blocks or whatever.
Like a Rorschach.
Ink blotch. Yeah.
Rorschach.
Tell me what you see. And you saw a person, right? I didn't really see a person.
I think they see a person. That's why I saw a person.
Okay.
I think Alex said something about like that, so I was like, oh, okay.
I'm sure in my fourth playthrough, I'll probably see it at that point.
Are you gonna platinum that game? Is that what you're going for?
I mean, it looks pretty easy.
Or
to be
whatever
honest.
Steam's platinum version is.
No, I got it on PlayStation.
Oh, you got it on PlayStation?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, it seems pretty easy. There's like 2 or 3 hidden things, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of trophies. So I'm like, I might as well platinum it. It's not that
nice.
hard. But eventually you end up looping, and then Jonas isn't with you at that point. And then you see like this. I don't know what to call it because it's not a like recorder or like a
the tape reel thing?
Yeah, it's like a tape reel thing, and pretty much you just have to like rotate your right stick button or right stick button. You have to rotate your right stick and to like match it to where either because when you mess with it, a white version of it outlining like 2 like circles or 4 circles and like tape going through it, and as you mess with the right stick, you pretty much like increase the noise or the music.
Yeah, I just played it until the song sounded right.
Yeah,
because there's like a song track that you're like, it's like playing at a certain speed, and like you have to speed it up usually like until you get the right speed.
Yeah, or with people that are just looking at it, you just have to get it to where it's bright.
I didn't even notice that there was a visual indicator.
Yes, there was.
I was just like,
and that's
like, do.
But it's interesting. It's interesting though, right? Because like you played it in a different way than I did. You use the audio cues. I use the visual cues.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I missed a lot of visual cues. Apparently, you're saying like the radio looks red when there's ghosts around or whatever.
But that honestly, that's kind of cool because like there's probably audio cues that I missed that you noticed, right? Because it seems like I'm focusing on like visual.
I'm gonna tell you, I spent so long at that final radio thing with Jonas's mom singing.
Yeah.
Like I spent so long trying to hear her voice.
Yeah.
Because like if you push it all the way to the right, it ends like the thing, and like you're left alone, kind of like it like that's like the like end goal of that. But like I like moved it all the way towards the end, like right before the end. There's like a sliver where you can kind of hear her voice.
Yes.
And I was like trying to find it. It was like so hard, and I was just like sitting there for a while. Like, is that it? Is that her voice?
Yeah. Oh, I know. She kind of like sings something, right? But it's like mumbled, or like it's like you can't really make like words out of it, right?
I don't know if I don't know if it's lyrical. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
It's like hums or something.
Yeah, it seems like hums, kind of.
I'm gonna try to remember where we're at, but I really need to go to the bathroom real quick.
You should do that.
I apologize.
You should have done that a while ago.
No. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
What up, dude?
All right, where are we at? What was it again?
We were talking about
listening to like the mother at the end, right?
Yeah, the sound, the song, yeah.
Okay,
but we weren't talking about that. I know, but we were talking about something else.
I'm trying to continue on from there so I could cut it, so it's cut good. I know
you're back. Just say you're back from the bathroom.
Yeah, it's true. I should. Oh, okay, I'm back. Okay, so with we kind of try to hear something from the mother, but apparently it might be hums, right? So going back to like the lake or whatever. I use the visual cue to see what the to finish it.
It ends as a time loop when you do that, right?
Well, it doesn't. It that plays through, and then
doesn't it?
Well, it does. Okay, so the visual of like of the like the tape, the visual of like the tape or like the distortion of like the screen is gone, but you're still going in it on your own. So you move forward, and then you could see like your reflection on the ocean, and then as you move forward, the reflection stops, and depending on you either stop and then look at it, and then as soon as you get close to it, that's when you have your first encounter with your other Alex or the other players that are playing this game.
So can you just like leave and like not deal with it, I guess? You probably could, huh?
I tried. It didn't. You pretty much have. I think you have to do it.
Okay.
But I didn't try like climbing or anything. But I tried moving forward, but I don't think it let me. But you pretty much go through it, and then that one I think it tells you like I think it says let Michael stay with. Well, it depends on what they say. Yeah. But it's
about Michael and Clarissa.
It's about Michael, more likely, like whether they should be together or not.
Yeah,
I think that's what that one is.
Yeah,
and then after that's done, you actually go back to Jonas. Jonas ended up coming back, and then you guys are able to proceed forward to go get Jonas or June.
Ren.
Fuck, June, you're in here. You're in this game.
So you get to Ren, and he's possessed.
Mm-hmm. Well, not at first, but yes, he ends up becoming possessed.
He's not at first, and then he is, and that's a pattern that you see throughout the game. Like that happens to almost everyone. Like they get possessed, and then they're not.
Except
or they're not,
Nona?
and then they get possessed.
I think except Nona. Besides at the end,
Nona. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it didn't happen to Nona, which is weird. Even though I went with Nona specifically at one point.
Yeah.
In the game. Did you go with Nona?
The second time, but only to see Clarissa so far.
Yeah, no. So, okay, we get Ren, and we tell him to go to the comm tower, right? And then then we're headed. We run into Nona, and we tell her to go to the comm tower. She's really scared of us.
Yeah.
But whatever, she goes there.
Apparently, she says that she's seen you like a couple times already.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't know if that's ever explained.
No, I haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, but I forgot about that. So.
Yeah, I forgot about that too until like right now, and I was like, oh yeah, that is weird. They didn't bring that up. Yeah. And then you go to the comm tower with and see Ren and Jonas and Nona, and then you're talking to them, and then Ren has an idea. He wants to get like there's a boat at Maggie Adler's house. Maggie Adler is like the only woman who lived on the island. It was a military island, but then like after the war it was like decommissioned or whatever.
Yep.
And she has a mansion on the island, and there's a boat there, and she passed away, so like her person, like his Ren's sister, worked at the like office or whatever, so like she put the keys there or something so we could get the keys to her house. And then Jonas is like no, we should work on fixing the radio, and then Ren and Jonas start having an argument, and then they're like, well, Alex, who are you gonna choose? And I was like, hey, you're both being idiots.
Yes,
I'm gonna go with Nona.
Yeah.
And then
they all said Nona, even Nona said like me.
Both mad, and then like I was like, whatever, you guys are being buttheads.
No, they are.
And then me and Nona went to the main street to like find this stuff. We find these like
you need the keys for the boat.
Yeah, but you end up finding like new radios that like have like
you find
frequency.
Clarissa there actually first.
Yeah, you do see Clarissa.
She's sitting on there or whatever.
Yeah, she's like sitting on a lamp post, and then she like
gets
I think
possessed.
She falls, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does, but she's not hurt.
Yeah, well, and it's like that's kind of like foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Wait, did we already? Did I skip the whole part with Fort Minor? When was Fort Minor?
Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Yeah, so Fort Minor is after you pick up Ren.
Okay, so it's before you see Nona or after you see Nona?
After you see Nona. So pretty much after you like talk to Ren, he ends up getting possessed, or it's weird. You go through a time loop, and then you see Ren not in the house or whatever. You end up seeing him outside, and he's heading somewhere, and he just like looks like he's possessed or whatever.
Right.
And then you see like those audio reels or whatever.
How do you know? How do you know where Clarissa is when you don't talk to her on the phone?
Ren, after you depossess Ren, he ends up telling you like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Clarissa told me that she's at Fort Minor or whatever, or Fort Milner. Sorry,
Milner. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then
excuse me.
Oh yeah, and the radio tower is owned by a man named Dick Harden. Yeah, and they love it. They think that's so funny. Both
Ren and Jonas, even though they hate each other at some point.
I thought it would bring them closer together if I left them
same, right?
It doesn't.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Major Dick Harden is
Major Dick Harden doesn't bring them closer together.
No, it doesn't.
So we go to Fort Milner to meet Clarissa, and you see her at first, and everything's okay. The time loop happens.
Well, this is also the other part.
Yeah, there's that test. Remember that test that the ghosts give you?
A test? Hold on.
Yeah.
So tell me what happened.
There's like this game show thing that happens.
Okay. Well, before that, there's another mirror. This is just a small thing. This is before the mirror. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is because the test is before the mirror because the mirror is like in the same house part as Clarissa.
Well, no, because like Jonas gets captured, remember, and you have to turn on the light or something.
Oh, maybe okay.
Yes. Well, pretty much before you ever go in there, apparently Jonas kind of sees Clarissa, and he goes in this room with her.
Yeah.
But then the door closes right
there. Yeah.
Yeah, the door closes right before you're able to get to it, and then you try to get Jonas, and it gets quiet. I hate it. I think I hate that the most when the ambient music goes off, and you immediately know that something's gonna happen. And then I took that cue from the river of the reflection to be like, oh shit, something might either pop up or scare me once I go past this reflection, and nothing happened. At the first time going through it.
Yeah, it's Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil remake did that really well, where like in Resident Evil originally there's this hallway that you go down and these dogs jump through the windows and chase you, right? And it's like really scary. And then they remade the game for GameCube, and so like people who played the game hundreds of times or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, this is where the dogs pop out, and you go down the hallway and nothing happens, and you're like, wait, damn. What? Oh, and God. You're like, oh God, that's weird. No, and that's... and then you go through the game, you pick up your keys and stuff you need, and on the way back, dogs jump through the window. And it gets you. It gets you so good.
It's good.
It's awesome.
Keeps them on their toes, and then it gives them a new fear for the game as if they had them the first time.
Yeah, and that's what Oxenfree did right here, because you don't, you think the mirror is gonna do something to you, and then it doesn't, and you're like, oh, okay, and then it does later. Yeah, I'm like, no.
Yeah, it was at this point that I was like, because you have to go through the mirror, you go upstairs, and then I don't know why I thought I had to go up there, but I went up there and I flipped this. There's a switch at the flick, and then the lights turn on, and then pretty much you go past the mirror again to get to that door, and then that's where it happens. The lights turn back off or whatever, and then you see the name. It was at this point where I was like, okay, I can't control the options, and then this is giving me information about possibly the future or whatever. Kind of. Mm-hmm. I didn't. Put two and two
because I was like trying to read it because it's all backwards, all the speech bubbles, and I was like,
until it was selected.
I was like, which one? Because sometimes the game does that, like you're upside down sometimes.
Yeah. Stuff
like that. So like, and like, so I'm like trying to like select the right option, but then she just chooses one. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And pretty much what happened. Then that happens, and then it cuts off, and then you're able to go through the door, and then you get Jonas, and then you go, and see Clarissa go upstairs or whatever, and then you go to this quiz. Go ahead, June.
Yeah, and it's like quiz about like it's like Hangman. They're gonna play Hangman, but it's actually just a quiz, and it's like this the ghost is talking like from like a radio military thing, and it's a quiz about Fort Milner, and like I got one of the questions wrong.
Yeah,
I got the one about like how many people died in the sinking of the submarine or whatever.
Okay, I got really lucky with that answer.
Yeah, I got that one wrong because I was like, oh god, I don't know.
What happens when you're wrong? Okay, so pretty much what happens,
they put a circle. They put a circle on the like it's your head, you know, on the Hangman thing.
Yeah,
I think if you get all three of them wrong, you probably like fill up the Hangman. I don't know.
The game over.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like Jonas probably disappears because I feel like that's what happens. Or
well, there's a later quiz that I messed up one of the answers on, and Jonas did disappear.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
He was the first to go for me as well.
He was the only
on
one
the first
to go
run.
for me.
On the first run,
I didn't. I only got one question wrong on that one.
Yeah, and then he comes back and it says, "What the fuck?
He's back.
Be better."
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah. What was it? But yeah, no, it was. So, did you guess on all of them, or did you know those answers?
I mean, I guessed the first one was easy because it was like the three school names. One of them seemed like a real school name, so I was like, yeah, that one. And then,
but you guessed it. You didn't actually know.
I didn't think I read it or anything, but I was like, that's probably it. And then the second question, I knew the answer. I forget what it even was.
Okay, so this one is when you turn upside down. And
yeah,
this is,
yeah. And I knew the answer.
What is the name of the codes that?
Cookies. Yeah, I knew that because
someone said it.
Alex
Audio
said
cue.
it earlier. She like like when you're in the room with Jonas when he's trapped there, there's a radio and like you're like looking through stuff and she's like, oh, did you know they called codes cookies?
Yep.
And so like I was like, oh yeah, cookies. And so I did that.
Oh yeah, Ren. Yeah, Ren mentioned, or was it Ren? It was Ren because you were on the radio with him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
it was Ren. Yeah, and then
he's very knowledgeable. Which fuck, yeah, you got to play this game like 3 times. I'm probably gonna say that right now, or maybe even 4.
And then
I'll mention it later. Go ahead.
The third one, I had no idea where I was supposed to get that information at all.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So I was like, I don't know, 75, and it was like, no, 85 or whatever.
It's 85. Yeah. 85 is the answer.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
It was 85, 12, and like I don't know, 73. That
I
one
think
I
I
don't
said
remember.
12. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. And then Jonas ends up getting possessed, I think, regardless of what happens. And then you have to do the same thing with Ren, which is channel, and to release him, to make him free from his chains with the ghosts.
Right. And then Clarissa's there. Remember at the window? She's standing outside the window.
Well, that's not what happens first. At first, unless
like
is that
normal.
what happened first with you?
No, she's normal at first, and like you have like an argument kind of or whatever. Like she's kind of rude, and then it time loops, and then
I forgot to mention with Ren, after you depossess him, there's an extra dialogue in there, I believe,
with Alex or Jonas.
Doing it a second time. No, with Ren. Going back to Ren when you depossess him. Or it's not depossess. It's it's a
exercise.
Exercise. When you exercise them, it's pretty much what you're doing.
Yeah.
After you exercise them, you actually have extra dialogue with the ghosts. With that, I just gotta mention that because I think. Oh God, I can't remember.
Oh my God.
It was something. I remember it said something about other Alex. I think other Alex, you're becoming like Anna or something.
What?
And Annie or Anna.
the friend of Maggie Adler.
Mag Adler, which she'll come up at some point, I guess, as a name that pops in. But yeah, that's what happens, I guess. I can't remember specifically, but that's what happens. It's just extra stuff on your second playthrough.
And then
going back to Clarissa.
Yeah, Clarissa's standing in front of a window, and then she jumps out of it after she says some scary stuff.
Well, the first things that happen is like she's normal, and then she and then you loop around, and then you go through again, and she's dead. And then you
she's
have
hanging.
to use the.
Yeah.
Then the same thing that happens as usual is there's a like audio tape recorder or whatever that happens, and you have to like wind it to the proper sounds or whatever, and then the window thing happens.
So I walked forward while she was talking, and she jumped out the window.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck!" And then I like quit the game and I restarted it. Yeah, and then I had to play through that whole section again, and I was like, "Ah, god damn it! I'm never doing that again." I was like,
Did you get the quiz right this time?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it right the first time, but this time I knew the answers.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how far back I had to go. And I was like, God damn it.
Hey, you time looped.
I know, I time looped. And
you essentially time loop without Alex knowing.
I played Oxenfree.
You played Oxenfree.
But
okay, go ahead.
But I didn't do that to get the quiz right. I did that to save Clarissa. But she still jumped this time.
Yeah, she still jumps.
And I was like, oh man. But then she was gone. And I was like, you know what? If I just went downstairs the first time and saw that she was gone, I wouldn't have had to do that. Because I wouldn't have done that, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm never messing with that again in the game.
Yeah.
I'm never quitting out again. Because it's annoying. It was like, you have to play so much of it again.
Yeah, well, it's like kind of the level, but yeah, it didn't shoot you back all the way. Like,
it shot me back all the way to before the quiz.
No way, really?
Yeah, I had to do the quiz again.
Oh, that does kind of suck.
That room with the handprints. It didn't take me all the way back to when what's his
Jonas
name?
was
Jonas
trapped.
was peeing or whatever. But,
okay.
It did take me like pretty far. It was like a good 10-15 minutes of gameplay.
If you're talking about the handprints, that's pretty much the quiz.
Yeah, it took me back to the quiz.
Okay.
Which is I mean, I don't know. I felt like it was a long time. I had to sit through stuff I'd already done, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's like 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I do want to mention... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just continuing forward.
I do remember something that happened. So this is something that happens through the second playthrough you go through. Is after you wind the audio thing, you go back again, but this time everything is there. Like, actually, no. Before you do that, everything is. It's like the building is intact, and there's like things. There's lights. There's like audio stuff and stuff and whatever. And you go into that room with Clarissa, and then it's also bright in there. And there's another radio intercom thing, and that's another spot in which you pretty much say something to other Alex or whatever. And then I mentioned something to other Alex in that one apparently or something. And I threw that speech bubble in there.
I wonder if in the third playthrough, if there's another more shit.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it's just this new shit.
Why do you hope so?
I'll explain it once we get to it, I guess. Because I'll go ahead and explain it right now, but it's I want to tell you right now, June, this all ties into going to the past with your brother, Michael. Oh, at some point you end up telling, I don't know, it depends. At some point you end up telling Jonas that the reason why your parents break up is because your brother Michael died. And apparently he died because he drowned, and Clarissa blames... Yeah, and Clarissa blames Alex for that because Clarissa and Michael dated.
And they were gonna leave town together.
Yes. But all this talking to the other Alex or whatever, it ties into going to the past. With a scene going to the past with Michael and Clarissa.
Yeah. When does that scene show up, by the way?
That shows up after getting the keys to the boat and the other walkie-talkies or radios.
Right, and then you just go into that world.
I'm very surprised on how much I remember this.
Well, you played a lot of it.
Yeah, but opposed to never mind. I don't know. Opposed to other games that we played to do a review on or whatever. Like Inside, we played, and I barely finished it before we started the podcast, but I couldn't remember most of it, just like the main bits. But I remember smaller bits on this game.
There's no dialogue in Inside.
Yeah, there isn't. But Like, well, that should also mean that I should recall a lot more things more, because there's a lot more dialogue on this one than it is inside.
Yeah, but this is like also like time loops and stuff.
It's I think I think I recall it really well is because I need to remember this stuff in order to finish the game.
I have a recommendation for you.
Oh, fuck.
You should watch Steins Gate.
Oh my god.
It's anime.
Fuck. I have it on my queue.
If you're into Oxenfree.
No, if it's like Oxenfree, I probably would, but I might need to take a break.
It's less scary. It's less scary than Oxenfree.
For sure. Yeah.
But it's got that time travel stuff, which I think you would be into.
Yeah, I like that stuff, dude. It's fun.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Wait, so okay, like I think I should just tell you how my game ended.
Sure.
Just so
let's
so we can like have like an idea of like where we stand, like because I found that after the game ended that I could have had a different ending, you know. But I mean, should we just go through the story first?
Do we want to go? Do you want to just go through it quickly, or do we want to go?
Yeah, let's just go
quickly,
I guess.
All right. So pretty much what happens is after you find out Chris is alive or whatever, you go back to the tower. You choose whoever you want to bring with you, either Jonas, Ren, or Nona. Whoever you pick, it slightly doesn't matter, but I'm finding out it actually does.
Right.
Because you can find out more information on other things on top of that. I'll explain that if you want to know, I guess.
No, I mean that's where I found out like Nona was saying that stuff about skipping school.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ren and Jonas say different things.
Yeah, Nona also didn't like makes Clarissa into a really good person as well. So,
or she says something nice.
Which that I brought Jonas the first time, and obviously he didn't mention anything about Clarissa because she doesn't know him. But he pretty much talks about you don't know about Jonas's past.
Not really.
Oh my god! See, that's why you have to go.
He went to jail.
Yes,
I
he
think.
did, but you don't know why. Fuck.
No, I know he doesn't like guns.
I can't remember why that comes into play.
He's just like there's a part like where you can ask.
You had a stomach. Okay, yeah,
like,
I remember that.
I never liked them, and you're like,
I don't think it has to do with the gun though. For his past, he pretty much beat up a kid, and it was pretty bad. And he has a short temper or something like that.
Okay.
But that's pretty much what happens. He went to jail to beat up a kid, and now.
Did his mom die after he went to jail?
I think he was still alive. I can't remember. But yeah, something happened. That happened. And then Nona ends up saying something about Clarissa, which I don't know. It's whatever. It's good. It's actually pretty good.
What does Ren say?
Ren. See, this is the thing. I haven't gone with Ren.
Oh yeah, you didn't play through a third time.
Yeah, I need to go through a third time with Ren.
You never picked Ren. Ren's never
because he's on his second weed brownie. How useful is that going to be for me?
He's such a dildo. I don't want to take him with me.
Logically, the first playthrough, I went with Jonas because he's gone through the stuff I've gone through. If I brought the way I thought about it is if Ren came with me or Nona did, they wouldn't really believe me at first, and then I would have to explain to them that all this weird stuff is happening and we're time looping, and then I have to go through that explanation, and that's why I brought Jonas with me. I
brought Nona because Jonas and Ren were both being such dorks.
I really did not want to bring Jonas at all, but I just wanted to just because of that fact.
Yeah.
But no, and if I were to choose a second person to bring with, it would be Nona because at least she's not at least she's conscious or whatever, or at least she's has.
I wish we could have taken everyone. Everyone should have. That's it's like horror movie rule number one.
Don't go alone.
Don't separate. Everyone should have stuck together the whole time. What the hell?
I like how we're going backwards though. Every time we talk about this. But yeah. You end up choosing Nona. She tells you something about Clarissa. I ended up taking Jonas. He ends up saying something about his past.
Right.
And then I think Ren is gonna eventually be really good at this point. Going to get the keys because there's a portrait inside the house in which you need to go into. But before that ever happens, Clarissa's hanging out on a lamppost and she falls down. She's possessed.
We've already talked about this part.
There's something extra that happens on that too.
Oh, okay.
But not in the second playthrough, just the normal playthrough. You end up teleporting below to the second street and there's a fire and then you all are there. And then Clarissa,
I remember that.
Yeah, Clarissa, and it's essentially quote unquote Clarissa's turn, which we don't know what it means.
Yeah,
I don't think it is truth or slap, because it's something completely different, because they talk about something else. But it seems like it would be truth or slap, right? But they pretty much talk about how like it's Clarissa's, it's Alex's fault we're here or something. It's her fault that all this stuff is happening.
Yeah, but everyone agrees with that, or everyone's like, lay off of her.
Yeah, everyone doesn't like the way Clarissa's doing things, and depending on what you choose, it doesn't really matter. Not that it doesn't matter, but you have option to choose something. Also, by the way, in that area there's a red light. Do you know where that red light is?
No, and it's for the radios.
Yes, it's in the car. It's on the car, that random car that's there. On
okay. What happens? Level. It just opens up a triangle?
Doesn't open up a triangle, but you talk to the ghost or something, which I didn't do in the first playthrough. I went through the second, so I'm not sure if it was there.
Interesting.
But anyways, that happens. That scene, the whole scene happens, and then you end up going back in front of the Maggie Adler's shop or something, and you go in there. You find her keys and 2 walkie-talkies. In that room, there is a portrait or something, or it's a weird plane thing, and going through
right, and no one knows what it is, what type of plane it is.
Do you know who does?
Yeah, for sure, Ren's
gonna know something.
Yeah.
So this is why you probably have to play through a couple times.
Gotcha.
Is because you probably need to play it with them, and then that information is probably gonna help you further on to actually. Well, I'll explain that. I'll do that at some point. To actually free them, but. No.
Oh, really? There's a way to free them from the time.
Yeah, I think so. See, this is why I don't want to mention this. But,
that's exciting, actually.
Yeah.
Because
just go to the end. Say it. Fuck it. Just say it at the end.
All right. So like at the very end of the game, you know like whatever, like it's like the ghosts, like you find out that like you have to go into their dimension and close the thing, and you're probably gonna get trapped there forever.
Yes.
And you got to do that, and Jonas disappears because he hears his mom singing, and like you go to frequency. Then like you're in the ghost world, and they're like you're like you're taking us on, like all right, like, and you're like yeah, and they're like, well, you're gonna die, like you're gonna be here forever, like.
Yeah.
Just let us have Clarissa. Like she sucks anyway. I'm like,
yeah,
no.
She does suck, but you know
I'm like, no, she's my friend. Like I'm not gonna.
You definitely know she's not a bad person. You didn't.
Yeah, I like
you didn't
her.
choose. You didn't take her, right?
No, I didn't let them take her. I was like, because like I saw her relationship with Michael and stuff.
Yeah,
and I
yeah. She didn't seem like I think
she's just hurting. Yeah, she's just hurting.
Yeah.
From losing him, and so I was like, no, like I'm like we're all going home. They're like, well, you're gonna stay here, and I was like, you know what, like,
yeah,
I'm doing this for my friends, you know. And then the game kind of ends, but then like you get this extra moment of with like you get to say things to your past.
Yep.
And then and then you talk to Michael.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Does that happen first?
I don't know.
The Michael thing happened first.
Okay, maybe the Michael thing happens first.
I can't remember. I think.
But this is like your third time talking to Michael.
Yeah.
And like so, I told him to like.
Sorry, I thought this was like a very like touching.
Yeah, I really liked this moment. I liked all the moments with Michael. And Alex and Michael have, and I like Alex's hair is not blue.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
In the past, she was like. Brown,
she's
right?
like brunette. Yeah, and it's like she just like probably like it's a change thing that she did a thing because she was like hurting probably. But but then so you talk to Michael and you have a good moment with him. I told him like to do whatever makes him happy or whatever. Because he's got a lot of pressure on him because he's like the star everything in that city, and so like everyone's like, oh, this kid's gonna make it big. And he like doesn't. He's just like, oh God, I'm tired of this. And then so he wants to run away with Clarissa or move away with her. And I was like, yeah, do it. And then you wake up on the boat.
Yep.
And then everything's safe. And like you're leaving Edwards Island. And we decided to keep it a secret. We were like, let's just keep it between all of us. And then the game.
So in there, you're able to talk to Jonas, and
Yeah.
at some point you make him disappear, right? Did you ever ask him what happens to him when he disappears?
No.
Fuck. I haven't. I didn't either, and I really want to know.
Yeah, I wanted to know too. But then so like
You're on the boat,
One,
and you
one
all
thing that
decided
bothered
to-
me is
Go ahead.
because Nona and Ren like decided they were dating,
Yes.
and I was like, yeah, I'll take responsibility for that. And then Ren's like, oh, you shouldn't. Hey, Alex, something broke between us. And I was like, Jesus, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
Wait, what?
yeah, he's like, something broke between me and you. Like you haven't been yourself this whole time. And I was like, I think I like didn't take him with me to get the keys that one time. And I think I called him a dingbat because he was like, high. That was it.
Yeah.
Like I still stood up for him.
That was on the boat.
No, before the boat. Right
Okay.
before I went into the thing, he was like telling me that like our relationship was like ruined.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Okay.
whoa, sorry, dude. And
That's
then, like,
interesting.
yeah, and then so
Doesn't
that
happen
really
with
bothered me because I don't think it was. I think that
Yeah.
he's reacting way too strongly for the nothing I did.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, you
but,
didn't tell Nona like she liked him or whatever.
no, I didn't do anything. I was pretty nice to him, so I was surprised that he was such a jerk. But so him and Nona. So anyway, on the boat,
Okay.
we're on the boat. We're going back, and then the game does like this epilogue thing where it's like talking about what happened with everyone,
Yeah.
and it's like me and Jonas are like, yeah, we grew closer together. Like,
Yeah.
it's like he just says I'm his sister now instead of like saying stepsister.
Yeah. It also shows like percentage wise what you chose opposed to other players.
Yeah, I think I chose everything like the highest. Like it's like
Yeah, I think I did as well.
yeah,
First
like
playthrough.
Nona and Ren got together.
Yeah.
Me and Clarissa like patched up our differences.
Mhm.
And then I forgot what the other choice was.
You and you and Jonas are together, are like brother and sister. I think there is a fourth one, right? And I think that one is like choosing where to go, I guess, like college or moving out.
I said I'm just gonna take it easy.
Okay, so during like, because you're looking at this and you see like a portrait of everyone, but there's an option. There becomes another speech bubble during this time in which you could you choose either Alex goes to college or stays there, and there's a third option I can't remember.
Yeah, and
which
it's
is
like
weird.
I haven't decided yet or something.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
I did.
yes.
Yeah, and then like and then she's like, yeah, and we decided to keep this whole island thing, between us, kind of, and it's like, and then like the tape kind of like gets all fuzzy.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, I gotta go
sa-
pick up Jonas. I hope he's not weird. I don't, and then we're going to
Yep.
Edward's Island, and I was like, oh god, that's creepy.
And that pretty much what's happening is you're in a time loop, but going all the way back to the beginning.
Exactly, they're stuck, and like I was like, oh, that's dark, and then but that's how the game ended for me, and I was like, that's cool. I like that ending. It's creepy. Found out later that I guess
You gotta keep playing.
You can bring Michael back to life.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Fuck, this is a big spoiler for me. But I mean,
okay.
Since we're spoiling it for other
Sorry.
people, no, it's fine because if someone's listening to this and they're being spoiled, I might as well have to be spoiled too. That's the curse of our podcast.
That's the curse of our spoiler cast. Timmy told me that like I didn't get the best ending.
It's pretty cool because I thought that you're able to do that too because.
I have a question for you, Keo.
What's up?
Because I was talking about this with Timmy, and he said that like I didn't get the best ending because I didn't bring Michael back to life or whatever. And I was like, interesting. I don't know if that is the best ending. Michael died, right?
Yeah.
Like bringing someone back from the dead isn't necessarily what I would choose to do. Even if like I don't know. I don't think that's like right. I think that's weird.
Why though? Why is that not good?
No. I mean, it's just my choice. I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I think the guy died.
Okay.
I think
the way I see it is you're not going to bring him back to life. You're going to prevent him from being dead.
Yeah, but that's super weird and like sketchy. And there's like monkey's paw for me. Like, I think like if you mess with time to like alter stuff, like that's I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't do it personally.
My biggest thing is I'm curious on how they I guess programmed how they see time being fixed or messing with time. That's essentially the reason why I'm doing it. But also I'm doing it because I think there's a way that you could actually free everybody or free yourselves from it. Because what it seems like, so this is the main plot of this game is that Edward's Island has 85 soldiers that are trapped. Souls or ghosts that are trapped in this island, and the reason why they're possessing your friends is because
why do they only need one, by the way?
Huh?
Why do they only need Clarissa to be free?
No, they want everybody. They need to possess someone in order for them to leave the island, and then at that point the person that they possess has no more consciousness and the ghost ends up like taking over. That's what I got from this game. And for some reason, though, Alex they need permission from Alex or something in order for them to possess. But they could still possess her. Oh, shit. Forgot.
Sort of.
I just remembered something. So there's a point where this is going way back, because I'm curious. It's a good point going way back into where you're going to the gondola. Mm-hmm. And the chair appears, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't there before. You sat on it, yeah?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I sat on it.
There's two options to choose. Or nothing's happening. What did you choose?
I think I did
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh my god, that's creepy.
Why?
Okay, so the first playthrough, I went through it and I chose nothing happened, and nothing did happen. Second time I went through it, I sat on it and I pressed and Alex got possessed.
Oh,
for
weird.
The first time, and you see it. And then from there, which is even more creepy, you get the Jonas ends up saying, "Hey, Alex, are you all right? Some weird shit's happening with you." And then you have three options to choose something to Jonas, which they are. I remember one that says you're completely fucking useless or something, or he says saying it's all of them are bad.
Yeah,
there's nothing good to say out of it. But I chose not to say anything. I stood quiet, and then she ended up dropping. Huh. But that creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah, that didn't happen the first playthrough.
Dang,
that's cool.
That is really cool.
I bet if you click nothing happened, something probably happens.
Yeah, I'm going through it on the seventh time. I'll probably see that.
God.
So essentially, so that's pretty much what's happening. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to go back.
Oh my god!
And I think. If you take Ren with you and he says something about information about that plane, that will probably help you in freeing everybody. Because that plane information might be crucial to...
What makes you think that?
I don't know. Every small thing so far seems to be pretty important.
Okay.
After you finish getting the keys and stuff, I know we're continuing on. I know, right? But after getting the keys and stuff, you go back over to the house or whatever. On the way over, this is the first instance whence you go back to Michael and Clarissa.
Right.
And that from there, you end up talking to Clarissa, and then Clarissa mentions something going through. She doesn't mention this in the first playthrough. You pretty much just try to like shoot the shit with her, or if you want to, I guess. Or you probably want to ask her like, "Hey, you don't remember anything or whatever."
No, I was like, I realized I was in the past, so I was just like, chill with her.
Yeah. Yeah, she seemed pretty chill. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I wanted to try to find information on like why, if she was naturally like bitchy, or if she was just like, if she's cool or not. I wanted to see her real personality, right?
Yeah.
But second playthrough, she actually mentioned something about her sister's radio, which you hear actually in the very beginning. And she mentions that you have. Apparently, she heard you on the radio saying something like, "Hey, hello, hey, Alex, are you there?" And then all pretty much all of the inputs that you chose in the cave and in when you saw Clarissa for the first time, when you saw her fall, before you saw her fall. So pretty much, you can send messages to yourself from the future to the past. That's pretty much what's happening. And since I found that information, and it's all in weird spots too. Certain areas are in certain positions. So like the one with Clarissa could actually possibly be the very first thing that you say. And the one in the beginning is actually at the end. I know that for sure.
Wait, what?
Yes. Because I chose hello, hey Alex, are you there? I'm in Edwards Island. I'm stuck in Edwards Island. And that happened. That was the last message that she got on Clarissa's sister's radio. So I have to remember that.
So you're gonna play that game again so you can send the proper message back in time.
Yes.
In order to not get them in a time loop and save Michael.
I think, yeah. See, that's probably what saves Michael. Yeah.
Okay.
That's but
weird.
Yeah, that happens, and that's where I'm at currently.
So
kind of.
I don't. Then it's probably impossible to get the saving Michael ending or whatever the first time through, huh?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not possible.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that may be the reason why Michael comes back. It also might not, because I'm not done with the game.
Because I didn't have any of that stuff in my game where I could send messages to the past.
Yeah, for sure.
Except for
because they never pop up. They never pop up,
yeah.
even in the beginning, right? So
yeah, no, there was never anything. And you're saying there's all these like weird New Game Plus like things that pop up.
Additions.
Yeah,
additions.
I always love that in video games when they do that. When they change things up.
Yeah, that's really making me want to go through it again to like figure shit out. But fuck, there's so much you have to think about and so much you have to remember.
Oh my God.
Similar, like remembering the positions in which the conversations you send in the past.
God, you need a fucking flow chart.
Yeah, but I think I've got a somewhat good grasp. But yeah, after that. You go to apparently you have to use what is it, wall?
The wavelength.
Wavelength. It's a
wave
wavelength
assisted
code.
Light radio or something.
Yeah, something like that. You pretty much use the radio in order to open doors.
Right.
And you go to Maggie Adler's house, and this is where the third possession happens, kind of. Where you find Clarissa in Maggie Adler's house, and then
here's a weird little bit of thought experiment, I guess.
What's up?
So at the ending, they're on a boat, right? And they're leaving Edwards Island, and it's like a dude's driving the boat. Yeah. That's not Maggie Adler's boat.
Oh my God, that's true.
Yeah,
no, that's
what the hell. Like, right? Whose boat is who's that guy driving it? What's going on?
I think that's the beginning, right?
Yeah, but it's the ending. Remember, it's like the same thing as the beginning, but they know what happened, but they're still like on the boat out of there.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's super weird. I just thought about that right now because
you're making me chill right now.
Because I was thinking about it because I was like, oh yeah, they probably took Maggie Adler's boat. And then I was like, no, they didn't, because Maggie Adler's boat's like a power boat, like it's like a open small boat.
They kind of say that they're just gonna ditch it. So what happens is pretty much Clarissa gets possessed again in Maggie Adler's house.
Yeah, and
then she pretty much quizzes you again.
Yeah,
but it's like a
I got one
I
wrong.
Spy type thing.
Yeah, I got the second one wrong because they're like quickly now, and I was like, I don't care. And I just picked something.
Really? You did? Oh, okay. So it was a knot, right?
Yeah, it's a painting in the background, right? The Gordian knot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was that, but like I didn't realize until I picked like something at random, and then I was like, ah, shit, that's.
Yeah, it's fun. That was the one I messed up on too the first time.
Yeah, it's like the time they give you like, and the third one they were like pick a memory of a person or whatever, and I was like, okay,
which was easy.
Yeah,
that was a picture next to Nona.
Yeah, and then yeah, that game's weird. I like it. It's a cool game that's really weird, and I like that it does all this like New Game Plus stuff.
Yeah,
I like
and
that
then the time
online stuff.
The time stuff is really fun.
Yeah,
the online stuff is really interesting.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I wonder if now I'm curious if there is a true ending, true path.
Yeah, I wanna try to find it only because like. I'm already so deep into it so far.
Did you ever play the like Zero Escape games or anything? Like any of those visual novel?
No.
Okay, so
That doesn't sound familiar.
A lot
me.
of those games have this thing where like there's like all these multiple paths you go down, you know, and like choose your own adventure style, right? And then like there's a true ending which you get after you go down all the permutations first. Yeah. And then you can go do the true ending. And I always find that interesting. So you see all the permutations first, and then you can go down the path to getting the right choices.
Yeah. You're saying you see all other endings.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And like
okay.
By the way, I think you would probably like those games.
Okay, it seems like
so they're these puzzle games, right? They're kind of dark and kind of creepy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like
they're almost always like that, right?
So there's it's the series is there's three of them. There's one called 999. There's one called it's called 999, 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then there's one called Zero Escape. And then there's a third one that just came out called Zero Time Dilemma. And they're releasing all of them on PS4 coming soon. They're because they're 3DS games or DS games. And so they were so basically
that's interesting. It's going to PS4?
Yeah, all 3 of them, like the trilogy. And I think Steam too. But I think so the way the games go is you're stuck in a room, like you play as all these different characters, and they're all stuck in these rooms, and they're like it's kind of like the Saw movies, sort of that deal, right? They're stuck in this room. They have like this like voice telling them that they need to get out or they're gonna die. They have to solve a puzzle in order to get out. So you're solving puzzles in order to get out, but you're also making choices, between these people, like 2 people like talking to each other, like they don't trust each other, whatever, stuff like that, right? And so it's like
classic Saw.
and it's like anime inspired and stuff. And fans of this series love this series. Like this is supposed to be like one of those like really good hidden gems games. You know what I mean? I never played any of the Zero Time games. So like I was thinking when I found out that they were coming out to PS4, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. Like I want to play those games. I've heard great things about it. And like talking about Oxenfree really made me talk about like
really
time
amping
loops.
That hype.
Yeah, because I like stuff like that. I like time loop stuff.
You mentioning these games are making me want to play.
You should put it on your list. Let me see what
it's there. It's there now.
What is the bundle called?
I'm not.
Let me see. It's called so I just typed in Zero
Time.
Okay. Zero Escape bundle to hit PS4 and Vita next year. This came out last year, so it's coming out this year. The package is called Zero Escape, the Nonary games. Oh, it's only gonna have
Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if 999 is gonna be in there. No, it's not gonna have it's only gonna have 999 and Zero Escape. It's not gonna have the finale, Zero Time Dilemma.
Interesting.
For some reason. Okay. I don't know.
Maybe they did the same thing. Maybe they did the same thing in where like Resident Evil something, where it had the dogs and stuff. Maybe they took some stuff out.
Well, I think a lot of the puzzles were like what do you call it? Stylus. You had to poke the screen and stuff. Like So like I don't know why Zero Time Dilemma isn't coming out for PS4. It's just Zero Escape and 999, which I mean, I guess it'd be better to play through those games first before you play Zero Time Dilemma.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe it is coming out. No, it's not. It's just the first 2 games.
Maybe it's gonna come out later on. Who knows?
Yeah, but they're puzzle games. Like
they should be like there already. Maybe.
Did you ever play The Witness?
No.
Okay.
I remember you said you did, and it was really boring.
I didn't say it was really boring, did I? I liked it, but I just didn't finish it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it was someone else. I think it was someone else that said that. Sorry. I just remember someone saying that they didn't like it.
I did like it. I just didn't finish it. It got to a point where the puzzles were too hard for me, and I didn't want to look up the answers because that's like the fun of a puzzle game. And so I was just like, oh, I'll come back to this, and then I just never did. And now I couldn't. If I came back to it, I would have no idea what I was doing, so I'd have to start over.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, there's a lot of information that you don't remember. But what's it called? The Witness is similar to these type of games, then?
Well, in the aspect that it's a puzzle game, right? Like it's like because in 999 a Zero Time Dilemma, it's like one part of the game is like this visual novel choice driven system, and the other part of the game is like solving puzzles. So like you'll have like all these different sort of puzzles that you have to solve and figure out, in order to like free your characters. Because I think if they die, the story continues on, and you're going down this path where they died. You know what I mean?
Damn. Yeah.
I guess the characters are really good. I guess there's like 9 characters in all of them or something, and like they're all like interesting, and like they all have like hidden pasts and whatever. I don't know. I haven't played them.
That sounds pretty interesting. I would want to try it, but I'm not sure.
I say watch something on it probably. I'm definitely gonna pick up the bundle. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'll. Pick up the bundle.
I think June. I think we should probably do our first Let's Play together on it. Maybe
on Zero Escape.
Yeah,
sure, dude.
We could do a thing where one of us is playing and then we have it on our screen, but you could see it at the same time.
Right, and we'll both be like talking, like trying to figure it out. A lot of them are like a time-based puzzles too. So like we'd have to be fast. I'm pretty sure like it's like
because like latency and stuff.
Yeah, because I think it's like there's gonna be like a constant clock ticking, right? It's like a time bomb sort of like situation. So it's like, oh no, what do I do?
I mean, that would make interesting content either way, I guess. So, because then not only is the fact that we're going off that time, but we're going off the lag time between me and your conversation.
Yeah. Also, when you're in town next time, you got to help me set up my capture device so I could stream.
I think I could talk to our friends and see if they want to do like a road trip type thing.
There's a game I've been wanting. There's a couple of games I've been wanting to stream so bad, and I can't. One is Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I can't stream those games because I don't have the Wii U doesn't allow that. And the other game I want to stream is Yakuza 0. Which I love. Sorry about the sirens.
Oh,
Something's happening in my neighborhood.
That's fine. A lot of things happen.
Yakuza 0 has been like I beat that game. And it's my favorite game of Yakuza. Like it's my favorite Yakuza game, and I love this.
We're supposed to see. I think we're probably gonna end the podcast. Right?
Yeah. We can't way talk over about Yakuza. But I'm just saying I want to stream it at some point.
Yeah. You make it sound so good, in which you say it's like Shamu-esque.
Yeah.
For those who play it on the either 3DS or Xbox, or on the.
It's very similar to Shenmue in that way.
I really want to play it. It's now like, too. But
there's only one bit of story you need to know before playing Yakuza 0. It's about Saiga Taijima. And there's a lot of Japanese names in this game. So that's going to be something like, and a lot of characters that you're going to have to learn, like it's funny, like when an important character pops up, the screen like goes black or whatever, like black and white, and like their name pops up on screen, like what like rank they are and what family, like stuff like that happens. But like, holy shit, I beat that game and I can't say enough about it. So I'll save it for next week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll try to save for next week.
We're also going to talk about For Honor next week because we've both played through
For Honor. Beta. We'll for sure talk about For Honor beta.
Let's say what we felt about it. I wanted to try to talk about it today.
I liked it. Yeah, it's mechanically it's good.
I have so much fun kicking ass in that game.
Yeah, but let's I guess let's try to close out. What's it called?
Damn, you had a lot to say about Oxenfree.
I had too much to say. I didn't think. All I wanted to say, honestly, the only thing I thought I was just gonna say was like, dude, I was scared on this game, and that was it. But apparently, I had more to say about it.
Holy shit, you loved it. That's awesome. I like that.
No, it's really good. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I thought.
I didn't realize how into it you were actually.
I didn't. Either.
You better find all those secret paths and like tell me about it next time.
No, definitely, yeah. We probably won't say it on the next podcast or whatever, but I'll definitely just tell you outside. I might try to do like a streaming thing too.
Yeah, stream Oxenfree
for it. Yeah, I'll do it. Second playthrough, so the first playthrough is probably going to be a little weird. For those who haven't seen it yet.
Third playthrough.
But yeah, no, Oxenfree is pretty cool. I want to finish it up.
What if there's no ending to get them
hopefully
out of the time loop?
I mean, if there isn't any, it's just whatever. It's fine. I'm curious and see how the other endings are. And,
You don't like scary movies, right?
No. It's honestly, it was hard for me to play through this.
Okay, and what if it's a scary movie that involves time travel?
What is this? What is this? Tell me the name of it.
You should watch this. I think it's from New Zealand. It's called The Triangle.
Whoa. That kind of freaked me out a little bit.
The motorcycle.
Yeah, I was like, you said the triangle, and I thought like some distortion was happening in our conversation, and I thought it was gonna be taken away.
Oh my god! It's called The Triangle. Okay. It's really cool. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it except it's about it's about it's not about a pentagon. It's about a triangle. No, no, it's about people on a boat, and there's some time stuff, and it's creepy.
That's interesting. It's funny because like in this game, there's a triangle.
Yeah, I think triangles are spirals and triangles, right? Like those are like, you see those a lot in like a triangle, I think is like used a lot in like that sort of like a weird, like, you know, unfathomable like time stuff, because like I don't know, like the Bermuda Triangle, you know, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
There's like it's like creepy stuff with triangles, and spirals are like, you know, spiral is like mathematically like this like shape that's everywhere in the universe, you know?
Yeah.
Like a pi, you know, 3.14, whatever, like
your
DNA, the number that never ends. That's a spiral. It's like you know, those are like creepy mathematics that just exists in the world, in the universe. I mean,
yeah,
I like that.
That sounds interesting. I'll watch it with somebody. I don't think I would want to watch it
Fibonacci
myself.
Sequence is a spiral.
Fibonacci sequence sounds familiar, but I can't remember what it is right now.
It's like 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. What is it? 5 plus 8 is 12. I don't know. 13? No. Yeah, 13.
Yes.
But it's like Fibonacci sequence is like 1, and then there's a 1, and then you add the number before the number, and then you add the number, then you get the sum, and then you add the number, and it's like, anyway, it's like it becomes a spiral, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like a golden rectangle, you know, the golden rectangle.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, that's a spiral. It's like the exact dimensions of a rectangle that's inside the same, it's inside itself.
Yeah.
Over and over, like infinitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. That shit's, I think the reason why this stuff is creepy, like this like time stuff and like Oxenfree and stuff, and like, you know, all this like ideas, is like because like there's like a weird truth to it in the universe. You know what I mean? Like the universe has these things that like we can't understand that are like perfect and infinite. And I think the idea of vastness, like, you know, incomprehensible vastness is kind of scary. Yes. Right? Like that's why Cthulhu and like Lovecraft mythos are scary, right? Because it's about like incomprehensible, like, you know, horrors, you know, and it's like I don't know. Yeah, that stuff is freaky.
Stuff. Yeah,
I agree. It's cool. Yeah. I like it. It's like
I like how you said it has weird truths in it, because like it kind of is like there is. Yeah, it is kind of like, it does feel like it could be real, right?
Yeah, or I mean, it is like there is the real things. Yeah, about it. Yeah, I mean, like, what is it? What's up with the Bermuda Triangle again? Like so many like boats disappeared.
Yeah, disappearances.
Yeah, it's like, and like just forever.
Like we never found them. No radio feedback, nothing.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah,
that's creepy as hell.
Yep. But that was Oxenfree. Obviously I went in depth.
I love it. You did it.
Yeah, I did.
So you did it.
I think we should say something for the beginning, at the end of this. But I'll mention it in a sec. But I think this is I guess this is somewhat a good ending. We spent a little more than we do in our usual podcast, I think.
Yeah, this is a long one. But it was fun. I liked it. You
Yeah.
blew my mind. You explained a lot about the game that I had no idea about.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a fascinating game. Obviously I recommend it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. But you probably should play it before before you even listen to this podcast, because obviously it's not.
Yeah,
it's
but I mean, how are they
going to
do that unless they like time?
I know, right? No, let's just edit in the beginning. If you haven't played it, you for sure need to play it before we actually, I think we said that in the beginning.
We did, but you said, you know what you said in the beginning, which I was Keo, you're like, we might spoil it a bit.
No,
and I was like, Keo, stop. We're definitely gonna spoil it. We're gonna like ruin it. Like, we're not gonna spoil it a bit.
I mean, I want to say I'll edit it out, but it's gonna be at the end. No, I gotta edit it out for the beginning.
No, you know what you should do? You should throw in the beginning. By the way, leave all this in, because this is fucking weird.
Of course.
Stuff. Tell them in the beginning. Oh, this is gonna be a trip when they listen to it. Tell them in the beginning to not play the game under any or to not listen to this podcast until they've beaten the game under any circumstances. Yeah. And then it'll be a trip, because then the music will kick in, and then you'll be talking about how, like, yeah, we might spoil it. Like,
oh, I see. So keep that in. But no, see, that's what I was going to do for the beginning, but not say that. I was just going to say, okay, guys, so this is going to be a doozy. This is going to be quite longer than the last couple ones. So just hang in with us. All right. But I don't know.
Yeah, do all of that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just edit everything that we said and put it in the beginning.
Just this whole bit?
But keep it.
But also keep it all at the end.
But like in bits in which like the game does it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
That's also a lot of work too. But I guess I don't mind doing that.
Just copy this in the front.
Yeah, that's the idea I was gonna go with.
Oh my god.
I wanted to say that at the end of this.
Oh my god.
After
now that they've seen how the sausage is made, we should close out.
Thank you for listening to Binch Bros Podcast. You can find us on binchbros.podbean.com, also on iTunes and YouTube at binchbros.com or Binch Bros.
Support us on Patreon.
We don't Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon. Leave us a comment and stuff, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. For sure on like suggestions and stuff. Because if you guys have a suggestion on games that we probably would like anything similar to Oxenfree, I guess. Unless you guys agree with June and saying Zero Escape 999 or Zero Time Dilemma is pretty good, you should mention that.
I don't know when that game comes out. We should probably try it. Kind of
doesn't matter. Just mention in general in the comments. Let us know.
What are we playing next week? Do we have a specific thing, or?
I think we're just gonna. I think next week we'll talk about
the games
like
we played.
Yeah, we'll talk more like about the games we played, which we didn't talk about today.
Yeah, I need to talk about Yakuza and For Honor.
Yeah, For Honor is for sure gonna be like the thing, I think, for tomorrow or next week.
And if you guys haven't, I just want to throw this out there. If you're still with us, that's awesome. I don't know if you are, but
I appreciate that. I love you.
I love it. I appreciate it so much. Yakuza 0 is a really great place to start with this franchise.
Yes.
Because they're remaking 1, and that's coming out next year or this year later.
Okay, I was going to say 2018?
2017 or 18. It's coming out one of those. I think it's out in Japan. That game is like the first game in the series. This takes place before it, so this is a perfect place to jump in. There's only a little bit of lore that you need to know, and there's like a very handy YouTube video out there that could probably cover that up.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Because
I want to pick it up. So yeah, definitely pick up Yakuza 0.
Yeah, it's the earliest in the franchise because it takes place in '88. The game afterwards takes place in '95. Mm-hmm. You know, and the only time before this that was ever mentioned in the series is 1985. In Yakuza 4, they mentioned an event that took place in 1985, which you can watch videos of that before.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, pick up Yakuza 0. Also, you want to plug in your... Wait, I think you plugged in your... what's it called?
Yeah, Timmy and I stream video games on Binch Bros. Or fuck. Bad Friends Brigade. Twitch.tv/Bad Friends Brigade. And it's I haven't streamed anything in a little bit. I'm gonna probably stream Yakuza 0 next at some point.
You gonna play from the beginning again?
Yeah, but I mean, I think there's a new game plus mode, so I don't have to.
Okay.
I can carry over all my equipment and stuff. But like,
Cool. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I might just like go through and do all of the game, like all the side missions and
from
everything.
the beginning. Oh, I see. Okay.
No, just like the core story stuff. I don't want to do like grinding, So like, I'm gonna do the new game plus stuff. But like, yeah, all the story missions for sure because they're great. And
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, like I don't know, man.
We have Facebook. Binch Bros has a Facebook and a Twitter. You can find us on Facebook.com/Binch Bros. And on Twitter, it's @BinchPod.
Just Binch Pod?
Yeah. Binch Bros Pod. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Binch Bros Pod. Yeah. And yeah. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
For today. I don't have any way to exit.
Oh my god. Keo wants to Keo's gonna buy For Honor. And maybe I will too.
Okay.
And you guys should get that and play with us.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking
weird,
dope.
though.
If you like Dark Souls, but you just want more of the combat, I think there's I mean, it's very different, but it's like I think there's some similarities.
Yeah, it's pretty satisfying for combat.
There's that like whole like you have to commit to your moves. Like in Dark Souls, like if you swing, you're committing to it, which I love.
Yeah. It's fun stuff. Because like, there's also other thing. Every class has a different thing too. So pick up For Honor, play with us. I want to say my player tag, but I realized that.
Let's do it. Let's tell them our player tags.
Okay, it's XQXIKYOO.
You say that again slowly.
XKIYOO.
That's on PlayStation.
It's on PlayStation.
And I am June Mastage, which is JUNEMASTAJ. It's June Master J, actually.
So I'm saying this, but it's weird because I get invites on like Facebook and stuff, and I forget that I mentioned it somewhere along the line, but I end up declining them because I'm like, oh, I don't know this person.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, yeah, like let us know if you want to play with us that you are fans of the podcast, and we'll totally.
Yeah,
play with
I think definitely mention that you are coming from the podcast or somewhere.
If you're just playing, if you're just like sending it to, because like honestly, I get so many like random messages on like PlayStation that I don't look at. I got a random message from someone that was saying like, oh, go to this website and you get free PlayStation. Yeah. I think it's like garbage stuff like that, or like, here, join this like anime group on PlayStation. And it's like, yeah, fine.
Just mention that you're coming from the podcast, Binch Bros podcast, and I'll definitely.
We'll always make time for our fans.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
yeah, this is Binch Bros podcast. See you guys later. I don't. That was actually my outro. I don't know if you know.
Shit. Yeah. Cool. I don't know. Yeah. Damn it! I had something later.